Top of the morning to you. I wanted to highlight one of my favorite albums. It's by a relatively unknown artist. She has one lone album, and that is Sybil Baier, Color Green.
Just say I love you, now you open the door.
So for those of you who are familiar with Vivian Maier, the extraordinary photographer, the story of Sybil Baier, even though it's a different medium, sort of parallels the work of Vivian Maier in that it was this extraordinary artistic statement that was suddenly unearthed and appreciated decades later.
Return, oh I yearn, follow the roots of the woods, that origin of all my strong and strange moods. I lost something in the hills, I lost something in the hills.
All right, so here we have this lady in her early mid-20s living in Germany. She's depressed, kind of in a funk, and she's coaxed by a friend of hers to go on this cross-country trip, and they travel through the Alps. And Sybil comes back to her house, breaks out an old reel-to-reel tape machine, and records this first song in her living room, the fifth track on the album, Remember the Day.
I did what I could. Remember that day when I left home to just buy some food, considering if when shouldn't I, or if when should. Sun was high.
So following that track, a whole slew of songs ensued, and she would record these late at night in her living room, usually when her family was sleeping, with just her acoustic guitar on her reel-to-reel in 1971 and 72. And then about a year later, she actually had a cameo on the great German filmmaker Wim Wenders, his film Alice in the Cities. And here she is singing on a boat.
Laugh and feel better, they cut bread for them and they run. My daughter, my son, my daughter, my son, my daughter, my son, one by.
All right, so after seeing that clip, I can't help but think of Sylvia Plath a little bit. I see some parallels in persona and mood and feeling there. Let's see, Vivian Maier, Sylvia Plath, Sybil Baier. Maybe a theme going on here. Huh. All right, so one of the interesting things about this album is that it wasn't really meant for public consumption. I mean, Vivian Maier simply recorded these songs, stashed them away. They collected dust in a shoebox in an attic somewhere. And then literally 36 years later, her son Robbie retrieves them. He finds the old spindle, and somehow he gets them into the hands of Orange Twin Records out of Athens, Georgia.
William was sent to be a bad boy, met him behind the leaf of a door. William was.
Hey guys, one quick little epilogue about Sybil Baier here. Very humble individual, did not want the spotlight, chose, family over fame. And fortunately, she's still with us. She lives somewhere in New England, I believe, with her family. And this album is pretty ubiquitous. You can find it at Amazon or Discogs, either new or used, or at your local record shop. So I encourage you to check it out. You can also find an MP3 or CD if that's your bag. A lot of people have compared her music to known individuals like Leonard Cohen, or Joni Mitchell, or Nick Drake. I don't really hear that. I think maybe stylistically they're a little bit the same, but I think there's more differences than similarities there. I mean, to my ears, I hear more lesser-known musicians, somebody like Vashti Bunyan or Nico perhaps, but I would say she's uniquely her own. There's nobody else that really sounds like her. And I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, if you found it useful, feel free to subscribe or give it a like. And I'm going to be doing more features of different artists in the upcoming months. So stick around, and I hope to see you guys soon. Cheers.